Okay, cool. Going over basics. Literally the pure basics. Super simple stuff. You want to create a layout? Press create new layout. Rename it to whatever, right? If you want to manage your layouts, it's kind of weird. You have to, what's it called? You have to go to open layout and then you can delete it through here, right? Watch lists. Or actually, we can talk about layouts first. Go to settings in the top right here. And as well with these time frames, this will be like the time frame you're choosing on. You can see everything looks different. This is a fresh chart, by the way. You can change stuff like how the candles are displayed, like bars, like hollow candles, etc. This is a brand new account, so etc. You see what I'm saying? You should only really just be using candles unless you have a specific way of trading with Heineken. But like that does like unless you're experiencing a specific way with Heineken Ashi, you don't really need to worry about it, to be honest. You should just only be using candles, nothing else. See, 1 hour time frame, 2 hour time frame. To change these, you simply just unstar it, star it like this, you know, star, 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 star. You can add literally as many as you want. You know what I'm saying? You can add custom intervals too. You know, it's whatever you want, but you do need premium for that. So like, if I go to like, these are all like basic ones, but say if I go to like 12 hours, you know, as you can see, premium is only like 15 bucks. I would suggest buying it. It's pretty useful. Hold on. Okay, yeah. What else could we go over here? Ticker. This is where you search your symbols. All this. Ignore the buy and sell buttons. OHLC. Open, high, low, close. You don't really need to pay attention in this. You can actually just disable this if you want. This is just simply the time frame. This is the exchange that the ticker that you're watching is on. So if I type in BTC USDT, this is all spot crypto. As you can see, spot means you're just buying and holding, or like you're buying and selling. You know, it's but 1x, meaning it's only if you buy 200, you have $200 worth of it. Futures is perpetual, so you just type .p for anything for like that, and then you can see all these different exchanges. Exchanges are like banks. They own the crypto, and they're willing to trade you the crypto for your cash. They're also willing to take the crypto back for your cash. They'll give you cash. Treat it like that, right? But if you type .p, it means .perpetual. See, perpetual contract. They'll have it named differently, but that's how it works. Binance is probably the best one for it. I just have them listed for BitGet because that's the exchange I use. It's more accurate for me. But yeah, this I usually turn off. Like I said, it's a fresh chart. I'll show you how to do that. Buy and sell buttons don't really matter, but you should have this on because we're gonna set up a paper trading account, and I'll show you how to do that. Indicators, bunch of indicators, literally millions, blah blah blah. You know, like it's not millions, so literally thousands of indicators. Only ones you should really be using is triple MA. This is a moving average, which I'll get into in the second video. And another one that's also really good is Bollinger Bands. As you can see, again, I'll get into it in another video on how it works, etc. You don't need to know about that at all just yet. You're just getting set up with the whole chart and everything. It's very simple. Always make sure to save your thing. It will prompt you if you don't. So like, see what I'm saying? And then you can save it and get out. But you can see how candles work is so. Here's a good example. So you see from 8:15 to 8:20, we'll make. Oh yeah, drawing. You can draw a bunch of stuff here, and it like. See what I'm saying? Make a big circle, whatever you need to do. Primarily, you just need lines and rectangles pretty much. If you want to add text for more clear stuff, hello, like you know what I'm saying? Just play around with it. You can see all the stuff here. You don't really need to worry about any of these Fibonacci stuff, like it's pretty useless, I'm not gonna lie. Patterns, don't need to worry about it at all. Mainly just worry about text and like the drawing, because that's what matters. measurement, you don't really need, like, you can do this by holding shift and pressing your left click, and then you press it again to lock it in. So like you can see the gain of something if you do it like this. But that's really just all the measurement is. Magnifying, it's just like if you're on a higher time frame, like an hour for example, you could magnify it on one area and it will bring you to that on a 5 minute chart. But you have to click it. It's pretty useless, I'm not gonna lie. You can just find it by the timestamp at the bottom. This stuff you don't really need to do. Lock drawings is important. So let's just say like I made a long position here, right? I'll make it more visible for, no, I don't really need to. I keep it invisible because like it's kind of annoying. But let's say I want to like, you know, let's say I have a rectangle or something and I want to move the rectangle. See how the position is moving? Because it overlays. I can lock this and then now I can select the rectangle because it's unlocked. And this will never move because it's locked. That's what locking is. Super simple stuff. But as I was saying, how candles work, very simple. So let's go to like a 5 minute interval. See at 8 to, okay wait, or 1 minute, sorry. So if we go from 8 if we go from 8:10 to 8:15, so literally these 5 candles, I'm gonna mark the high. This is just for like demonstrative purposes. It has no actual value. I'm just showing you how candles work. And then for that, or that's 11, sorry. Boom, just like that. In fact, I could probably search it up, like how candles work in trading. Here you go. So here's a good example. Like I'm trying to find a good image. So, hmm, for higher time frames. So I'm trying to show you how like a one candle on like the 1 hour can be built up of other candles that you can interpret different ways, and you can see different price action. It's called price action. So like this is called price action. See what I'm saying? Ignore the actual display. Doesn't matter. And then we'll mark out the low. You see how I have vertical and horizontal displays as well? I'll get into that in a second. Yeah. So the low is right here. Sorry for that. Whatever, right? If you want to make like a straight line, what's it called? You can go here with a trend line, or sorry, you can do like a ray, and then we'll go like a full way, or you can do like something just like literally just a horizontal line, like a bunch of stuff. Just you can play around with it. You should be playing around with it. Something you should learn. All this stuff is you should learn on your own. Like I'm just here to show you where it is and how to kind of how to use it. But yeah. Okay, now let's go into the 5 minute. Right now we're gonna find those lines. The fuck was that? Okay, look. See how on the 5 minute it just looks like this? See the high, see the low? It just looks like this. It just looks like this one big candle. But in reality, it's really built up of these five right here. So see how all five of them were down? That's why. And like, hold on. See how before that, these five are up to pretty much the exact same level. And then it's pretty much the exact same level here. It's like a triangle. See, I'm gonna go to draw. I'm gonna draw a brush, just like this. You see? It's like a triangle. It's the same levels, but this is what it's built up underneath. So it's all red, all green. But there could also be instances where like right here for example, like it starts off green and then it ends red. That means like I'll make like a quick little thing to show you. Where is it? So top on the 5 minute again. See how I said it starts up green and then ends off red? But because it ends off red and the red was lower than the green at the end, it's a red candle. That's the thing. See it? And then see this area in right here? That filled space was where the green was. And then because it went down, that's why it ends red. Like this is where the actual price action went. It was up here. So live, if we go live, see it will look like this, right? If we go on the 1 minute, it'll be a better example. But it moves. And then where the price ends, the close price is what matters. But this can also show you a lot of things, like open orders, except like bunch of stuff. I'll get into that in like the next video and stuff like that. I'm getting off track. This is just like basic chart information. But yeah, so we're gonna get rid of all this. Back to the chart though. How I would set it up if I were you, just do keep it very very simple. You can go on like tradingview themes if you want, like this. You can find a nice theme that you like, you know. You can literally just go to like something dark, something black and white, simple. I would obviously get one with horizontal and vertical lines, but you can change that. You know, something simple if you want, or just keep it like black and white. This one's very nice. This is the one that I'm using right now, but I changed it for my colors, of course. That's off track though. It doesn't really matter. Either way, now let's go to the settings here. So, grid lines. Your grid lines are vertical and horizontal. And change these as bold as you want. See what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it just how it is, cause I don't really need to see it more visible. I can see it perfectly fine. Watermark, you don't really. It just if you want to have this on, you can. You don't need it at all. Text, that's just for the scales here. Lines, it's just basically all display stuff, as you can see. So it's just lines here. What's it called? You go here, or check. Where's the position? One sec. Yeah, that's just the font. I'm not. Well, I was gonna show you the font. I'm looking for the precision though, cause on coins such as like Sui, you wanna see the what's it called? You wanna see the like 6 digits after the 5 digits, whatever digits after, you know, and stuff like that. So I'm trying to find that right now. I just don't know why it's not. It should be right here. It's kind of weird. You can come back to that. It should be right here. It's usually. I don't know why it's not actually. I kind of want to find it now. Yeah, no idea. Like, what the fuck? I guess it might be auto set now. I don't know why. It should definitely be under there. Anyways, we can move on. You know, change colors, whatever. Just keep it so you know. Just simple stuff. You already know this stuff. Don't turn on this, because that's gonna fuck up a lot of things later on. Turn on volume, all the shit you want. This is changing the title up here. So I literally just use the logo. I don't need the open market status, which is the open, high, low, close, or if the market's active. I don't really need that. Sometimes I might use volume, but it changes where you are on the chart. That's why I don't like using it. It's very useless. I'm not gonna lie to you. But yeah, indicators as well. Um, I don't turn. I usually turn them on after I use them, like after they're set up and stuff. But since they're not set up, you can keep them on. Background is just the alpha here, as you can see. I usually keep it fully clear. Scales and lines, currency unit. You can play around. This is all preference pretty much. But yeah, this stuff is really not. If you want, you should be turning on previous day like close and stuff like that. You don't need to turn on bid and ask. It's pretty useless for hyper. You don't need to use it at all. Like especially like like you don't need that information. if you like, I'm trying to think of like a use case, but like for anyone, like for a new trader, you don't need that shit at all. But anyways, buy and sell buttons, you do need these on. Copy these settings right here. You want all these settings. You want buy and sell buttons on. You can turn on execution sound if you want. I don't use one because it's annoying as fuck. But you should keep all these settings on. Make sure it shows money and not ticks. Um, you don't need execution labels either. All this, and then now we're gonna set up a paper trading account. So you're gonna call it demo account. You're gonna set that balance to whatever you want, 1,000, 10,000, 5,000, etc. So I'm gonna just do 5,000 USD. Yes, it should be. Futures, this is what your like leverage should be. I would just do it to like 10 to 1. That's a 10x. If you want, you can change it later on whenever. So it doesn't really matter. But yeah, we're just gonna create that and then boom, we're ready to paper trade. So let's say I want to get into a long right here, right? We have this whole buy menu right here, right? We have units, blah 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 blah. This is literally just saying how much of the thing you want to trade, but this is at the 10 to 1. So your actual trade value is, what's it called? Hold on, my bad. Your actual margin is 2,631. That's like your actual amount that you're putting in. So this is a 50% risk trade because it's a leverage of 10 to 1. So 2.05 or like 5. That's 500. I'm risking 500 the account balance pretty much. You get me? Pretty simple. But what's it called? If you don't, if it's under like the account margin, it's not gonna assume that it's a future. It's kind of an issue. But if it's over, then it will assume obviously, or something like that. Yeah. You can either go by margin USD, percentage of the balance. I would just do percentage of the balance because it's a lot easier. But yeah, it doesn't really matter. Take profits. You don't really have to set this. You can set that all later. So boom, now we're in, right? Set a quick TP to. Here's good. So yeah, this is how you can set your TPs. Confirm the thing. Set a tight stop loss. Confirm, and then boom, you're in a trade, just like that. This is probably gonna get stomped out, but it's just an example trade because they probably are gonna clear this liquidity and then go up. But actually, we can even just do this. Fuck it. Copy this price, and then we're gonna put a limit order at this price of, what's it called? Boom. We're just gonna do that. Why did the SL not move down? There we go. Anyways, actually, well, see, yeah, as you said, as I just said, it's gonna come down, clear this liquidity, then bounce right back up. So instead of my SL being there, I'm just going to what's it called? I'm just gonna set up a limit buy. What you should have done is just wait. Again, beyond the point, beyond the fucking point, bro. As basic chart settings, um, this in your bottom right corner. Ignore all the technicals as they're pretty much wrong and they want you to fail. Not always, but eh, you know, like it's better to go off your own instinct and stuff like that. News is important. Ideas ignore. These guys are fucking retards. Like actual retards. Like genuine like niggas are like mind blowing like how retarded they are. Same with minds. It's just the same shit with a different word. News is very important though. I would be reading the news always because if the like for example on AAVE, right? Like key thing of news that I read yesterday was this Big Get wallet. They're making a new stablecoin. You get me? They just took out a huge loan with AAV. AAV has over like something like crazy. Yeah, 20, 50, I'm pretty sure it's 50 billion in loans, but or no, might just be 20. I don't know. I can check on their website. On their website, I'm pretty sure it's like 40, 35 or some shit like that. But yeah, they have huge loans, like, and like institutionals like BitGet use AAV for their loans. So like, that's why I like AAV like very, very, very much. And it's based on the ETH network, like a lot of useful coins, like Sui as well. So as long as ETH keeps going up, like It's basically just free money off AAV. That's why I mainly trade like what's it called? I mainly trade these three tokens. Well, four: BTC, ETH, AV, and Sui. And sometimes I might trade like hype and like some other bullshit. Like usually these I'm just shorting. XMR, I just have a bunch of money in, so I keep watch of it, but that's it. Cause it's very anonymous. It's like nobody can track your XMR at all. Anyways, see, as you can see, literally just as I said, like it bounces right back up after clearing that liquidity, like I said, and we're going right back up because we are in a very bullish sentiment right now. I can't fucking speak, but yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up for this fucking chart, like basics and shit. Like, keep in mind, nothing about trading was said in this video. It's just display chart, making sure your paper trading account set up right, how to use the buy. Like, if you're still somehow confused about like some shit, like I haven't even been thorough, just search shit up. Like, it's not hard to figure this shit out. Just search shit up. Replay feature is good. You need premium though. Alerts are good as well. You can go on a price. It will email you. You can send it to your email. Send it through a webhook as well. Like even if a fucking Discord webhook or something, you can search up how to use that. It's very simple. Um, yeah, that's about it though. Like, do you want to see what my charts look like? Hold on. What this is what my charts look like, man. A lot easier to trade when you have a lot more stuff going on. But yeah, like on AAV, all these zones marked out. You feel me? Same with Bitcoin. All these zones marked out. If I hop on the 1 hour, a bunch of them. I know exactly what's gonna happen over the next like 2 weeks. You feel me? Because I be trading. I be looking at the daily, the 4 hour, the 6 hour, everything. But yeah, default, yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna continue on this in the next video, and that's really it for number one.